for sure it's absolutely some of the first time flying, because we had someone come, I've never flown before, and we're like, okay, you know, that's okay. We want them to have these experiences, because I think that's part of life, having these moments, having these times where you can kind of experience what's going on. Got a whole lot of parents sitting right here that are going to probably be caravanning over right after we head out. So there's quite a few people making the trip to New Orleans to support us.
Mike Harrison and his Holy Cross Knights are now in New Orleans, ready to play some football and big board sports. Before you know it, Spurs training camp will be here, followed by their preseason schedule and then the 2023-24 regular season schedule. Overall, #1 draft pick Victor Wembanyama has certainly pumped some new excitement into the Spurs franchise. And today, they announced their 2023 preseason sched, and here it is. The Spurs will start their preseason October the 9th at Oklahoma City, and then they'll come home for 3 straight games on October the 13th, 16th, and 18th, when they'll face the Heat and the Rockets in back-to-back games. And they'll close out their preseason October 20th in San Francisco at the Golden State Warriors. Family and friends gathered at Holy Cross High School this morning to give the football team a great send-off before flying to Louisiana, where they'll face one of their sister schools, Holy Cross of New Orleans. This will mark the Knights' first football game ever out of state. And we're also told Brother Stanley, who graduated from Holy Cross, Louisiana in 1954 and then joined San Antonio Holy Cross in 1958, will be at that game. He is a Holy Cross icon for sure. These two schools played here last season, and Holy Cross Louisiana won that one in San Antonio 48-28. Now Holy Cross SA is in Louisiana, looking to get a win while creating lifelong memories.
Neat opportunity, to say the least. I've been doing this 35 years, and I don't think I've ever done anything like this. This is more what colleges do and a heck of a lot less what high schools do. So it's going to be exciting, a little nervous. Never had this many kiddos on this kind of a trip, but it's going to be fun for them. It's going to be an experience of the lifetime, and that's really what we're about right now, trying to create memories. Last week we got to play in the Alamo Dome. This week we're boarding a plane to fly to New Orleans, Louisiana. Kind of an interesting way to start the season.
San Antonio Holy Cross will play New Orleans Holy Cross Friday night at 7. All right, in case you missed the KSAT Pigskin Classic Friday and Saturday, here are the Davis Law Firm Player of the Game. We have 4 of them for you. Friday night, Antonian quarterback Jace Toscano won Player of the Game with 231 yards passing and 4 touchdowns in their 47-20 season opening win against Holy Cross. Next, we have Somerset wide receiver Jaden Foz, who had 6 receptions for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Bulldogs' 49-21 win against the Southside Cardinals Saturday morning. Jefferson quarterback Amonte Carter took home Player of the Game award in the second contest between Jeff and Uvalde. He rushed for 98 yards and accounted for 2 touchdowns in the Mustangs' 25-14 win. And ending the Saturday triple hitter, Brandeis quarterback Lincoln Filia won the POG after throwing for 406 yards and 5 touchdown passes to go with 1 touchdown run. 4 awesome young men taking home the Davis Law Firm Player of the Game, and he's putting on that cap, adjusting it like a quarterback always does. There you go. Look at that. Player of the Game. Awesome.
Got to fit.
It does.
It was a fun weekend for sure.
Yes.
Thanks, Larry. We'll be right back.
A former child placement agency is in hot water over its paying of both foster families and employees. Former workers claim they're owed thousands of dollars.
For weeks, our KSAT Investigates team looked into Lone Star Social Services and was met with pushback every step of the way.
Letting the people of this town see you.
That's okay. They should know who this person is.
And if you're recording me, you have no permission.
We don't need permission, ma'am. We're on public property.
Our investigation found a troubling pattern of financial irregularities and repeated failures and how they cared for children. Lee Waldman reports.
And it was very upsetting to see that world be shattered, to see somebody take advantage of people like this.
It is like a slap in the face or a punch in the gut. It's just not fair.
Both of these former employees agreed to share their stories about Lone Star Social Services on the condition of anonymity. According to Texas Health and Human Services, the child placement agency received its license in 2014. She worked as a caseworker.
I still feel that drive to help families and especially with children.
And he was a director for Lone Star.
It's meaningful for me because I was a foster child as well.
Both found new jobs after Lone Star announced plans to close its doors by the end of May. Owners Jason Fulton and James Mercer, seen here in this widely distributed newsletter touting the success of Lone Star Social Services in January, sent this letter to their employees just 4 months later on April 25th. It says in part, Lone Star Social Services, LLC, is terminating its contract with the Department of Family and Protective Services to provide foster care services, unquote. But that's not exactly how it happened. 5 days earlier, DFPS sent Mercer, Lone Star CEO, this letter ending its contract. The DFPS letter cites several reasons for terminating Lone Star's contract, including financial irregularities.
There were a few families that didn't get paid.
Meanwhile, Texas HHS issued an intent to revoke Lone Star's license in June, citing falsification, single serious deficiencies, endangering situations, and failure to correct deficiencies. Per HHS, Lone Star Social Services relinquished their license on June 15, 2023. The former caseworker says issues in paying foster families extended as far back as November of last year. By February, she says several employees' checks were late, including her own. Eventually, they stopped being paid altogether.
When was the last time you were paid from Lone Star Social Services?
In April 20th.
How much money do they owe you at this point?
It would be over $6,000.
I did a calculation. I am owed about $10,500. It's very upsetting to have, eviction notices or, late payments. I had my light shut off for one day because I couldn't find the money to pay.
According to the Texas Workforce Commission, 47 unpaid wage claims have been filed against Lone Star Social Services in the last 6 months, totaling $206,002. This audio from Lone Star's last staff meeting on May 19th was shared with KSAT Investigates.
Y'all are going to get your paychecks. I want y'all to know that.
Several former employees who attended this meeting say the woman speaking is Tiffany Verrett, the state director for Lone Star.
That is the utmost importance to me currently, is making sure that staff receives their paychecks. I just am afraid it may be a couple of days late.
3 months later, that money still has not come. Verrett had no official comment to share about the unpaid wages. According to emails shared with us from this spring, Executive Director Fulton wrote to his employees that they're working on a solution to get payroll sent out. He blamed the delay on DFPS, saying they rely on administrative fees to pay payroll and other costs. But yet again, that doesn't line up with the narrative from DFPS. Its representative sent an email explaining per Lone Star's contract, the child placement agency was required to maintain 3 months of operating fees, and those fees could be used to pay employees. The duty to pay them is the sole responsibility of Lone Star as the employer.
If they are doing this maliciously, they haven't broken our spirits, us as Lone Star employees. They haven't broken our spirits.
With all of the back and forth and changing narratives, we wanted answers from Mercer and Fulton directly. I sent emails and got a response back from their lawyers saying no comment. A check of public records showed Dr. James Mercer and Dr. Jason Fulton are connected to 21 businesses under the Fulton Mercer Corporation. On July 28th, the company was dissolved because of tax forfeiture. Further digging found several liens filed against both men for properties they own. And just this month, the pair filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy for the Fulton Mercer Corporation. With no luck getting answers via email, we saw a posting online for a back-to-school event at one of Mercer and Fulton's businesses, Heritage Funeral Home in Lampasas.
Can I help you? We're looking for Dr. Mercer or Dr. Fulton.
He's with the family.
Yeah, we can wait.
It's not here.
This woman says she was here to speak for Mercer. When asked if she was affiliated with Lone Star Social Services, she said no.
We're with Heritage Funeral Home.
Right, and we're here to speak with him about Lone Star Social Services.
We won't talk to y'all about that today.
Okay, we're just going to wait on him whenever he comes out.
He won't be out today to talk to y'all about that.
She wasn't exactly being honest. A January Lone Star newsletter identifies this woman, Jeannie Smith, as part of its community relations department. It didn't take long for Smith to call Lampasas police.
You know your rights.
Absolutely.
Can't make you get off public property. I'm not even going to try. I do know that Dr. Mercer said that he's not going to comment. So I asked him if I could express that to y'all so you would at least know, and he said I can.
That wasn't the only time we heard no comment. Mercer's attorney, Norman Ladd, called sharing the same sentiment.
The answer will always be no comment.
Hi, James. This is Lee Waldman.
I asked what Mercer and Fulton had to say to their employees not getting paid, and Ladd's answer was the same. Our crew waited outside of the funeral home for 3 hours. Still no closer to hearing from Mercer or Fulton about the allegations against them.
Hi, is this Jeannie?
It is.
The changing stories and roadblocks not deterring Lone Star's former employees and their fight for their unpaid wages.
When I fell, I hit the ground pretty hard, but I grabbed rocks when I got back up. And, you know, I'm going to throw those stones as far as I can, and let's see if something hits.
He was metaphorically speaking.
We have to speak up and we have to keep fighting.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Lee Waldman.
While the former employees we spoke to have filed criminal complaints with the Travis County District Attorney's Office for wage theft, Mercer and Fulton have not been charged with any crimes.
We asked DFPS how many foster families were impacted by late payments or payments that never came. They told KSAT Investigates they didn't have to release that information and that sharing it might be part of the Office for Inspector General's investigation. Now, per the OIG's policy, it, quote, cannot confirm or deny the existence of any specific investigation. We'll be right back. Idalia slammed into the west coast of Florida early this morning as a Category 3 hurricane. That storm has left disaster up and down the state, and the danger is not quite over yet.
Yeah, the storm has now pushed into Georgia with the Carolinas in its sights tonight. Gloria Pazmino with a look at the damage from Florida.
My house is down in Keaton. I don't know if it's there or not.
Evacuees of Florida's Big Bend grateful for safety now, but anxious about what awaits.
We're just hoping that our house is in a houseboat when we get back.
Idalia made landfall early Wednesday on Florida's western coast as a powerful Category 3 hurricane.
Oh my gosh!
Communities like Keaton Beach, Horseshoe Beach, and Cedar Key among those hit hardest.
We're still assessing what is all going on the ground in the places that had the initial impact.
Even after the storm left some areas, the danger has not, with extensive power outages and flooding.
Some of the major east-west roads along our coastal area are completely shut down now due to water coming over the roads and making them impassable.
Idalia's storm surge meeting higher than normal tides due to Wednesday's supermoon.
There's more water coming, so we haven't really faced anything like this in a while.
Idalia barreled into southeast Georgia with hurricane strength. Parts of the coastal Carolinas are also at risk for flooding.
The biggest thing people can do right now is listen to their local officials. They are going to tell them what the current state of the storm is, where they are at.
In Crystal River, Florida, I'm Gloria Pazmino.
Let's come back here much closer to home. We actually have some folks who got a little rain today. Look at those clouds out there, Adam.
Nice to see clouds, especially clouds with dark bases that give us that natural shade I no longer take for granted after this summer. Here's a look at the radar. Not much left out there, just one lingering shower west of San Antonio. That's all we have currently on the radar screen. And an outflow boundary that's pushing through. See that green line oriented north to south that's moving eastward? That could kickstart a stray shower here over the next hour, but odds are pretty slim. If anything, it's just going to shift the wind and give you a bit of a cooling breeze. We'll talk more about our lack of rain chances and our triple-digit temperatures piling up in just a bit.
Know what I noticed this morning? It actually felt nice out.
I walked the dog and I barely broke a sweat.
What's the deal with that?
Great.
It was that lack of humidity that we had overnight, and that allowed our temperatures to fall off more efficiently than what we've seen since early June. That was the coolest morning we've had since early June when we were pulling out of our rainy pattern. Let's take a look at the radar right now. We still have some very light rain around Medina Lake Reservoir, but this green line oriented north-south, that's the outflow boundary from that shower activity. That's moving eastward. So far, it hasn't kicked up anything. Well, closer to gray forest, maybe one little shower was popped up by this outflow boundary, but that's going to keep moving eastward across San Antonio, and it's really our last hope for a shower to develop here this evening. Those outflows act like a mini wedge in the atmosphere and can lift the air enough to kickstart a shower or storm. Rain chances, though, pretty bleak going forward. 0% tomorrow through the weekend, all the way into next week. By early next week, a few coastal showers could pop up in the afternoons, and then Wednesday a 10% chance. Overall, the synoptic, the big scale weather pattern is pretty bland for us, and even all of North America. I had to go to Europe and Russia to see where the cooler air is going to be moving over the next 7 to 10 days. Anyway, so no cold fronts plunging southward, even into the northern U.S. 101 in San Antonio today, Austin 101, other parts of the state largely in the upper 90s, obviously some exceptions around here. College Station 102 along with Pleasanton and Cotulla, but Del Rio 99 for the high temperature. Notice that morning low of 72. Again, the coolest we've had since early June, and actually 2 degrees below average for the morning low temperature. That's the first in a long time. 101 our high, the average being 94, and the record 103. Today was our 63rd 100-degree day so far this year. We keep piling them up. And actually, let's talk about the overall pattern. I mentioned how it's kind of bland. There's a little bit of spice to it here. East Texas, Louisiana. That's where we have a weak disturbance. We often look to those little disturbances, those counterclockwise swirls, to kickstart some action. But unfortunately, this one's not going to do us any favors. It'll come overhead by Labor Day and then scoot out of here, but it's not going to have any impact on rainfall potential. Otherwise, Big Blue H continues to rule. Dew points in the 50s, and we're going to stay in the 50s. Often, we get the sea breeze coming in around and after sunset, but that's not the case right now, just like last night. So that means low humidity all night and comfortable temperatures tomorrow morning. 50s for dew points overnight tonight. Tomorrow morning, we start the day in the 60s in outlying areas and low 70s again within San Antonio and downtown. So another nice start to the day. By noon, we're at 94, 102 the high temperature, and east wind at 5 to 10. 99 at Bernie tomorrow, New Braunfels 102, Nixon, Smiley 103, and Divine 101. Sunny, dry stretch with highs right around or just above 100 going forward.
Thank you, Adam.
We'll be right back. All afternoon. Can I add to yours, Tim?
Sure.
Surrounding
WWND.
He would have faced the camera.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, it's all cleared out now.
Surrounding a San Antonio police officer shot.
I want to get you an update now on a developing news story we've been following all afternoon for you surrounding a San Antonio police officer who was shot and a suspect who was killed.
Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez just held a press conference moments ago addressing some big questions about why that suspect, who was wanted for violent offenses, was not in jail. That suspect shot and killed today, a San Antonio police officer recovering in the hospital this evening. In that press conference, Gonzalez called that fugitive a career criminal and said he had 7 violent offenses since Gonzalez took office as DA. Gonzalez says that man was out on the street because they could not prove any of those 7 charges beyond a reasonable doubt.
The DA went on to say things like missing witnesses and victims led to charges and cases being dropped. Now, KSAT asked him directly if there was anything that could have been done to keep him behind bars. He said everyone has a right to bond, even people with violent charges. Again, this all very fresh information coming in. We'll have a complete breakdown of that shooting and what the district attorney had to say about it and that fugitive tonight on the Night Beat.
We want to get you a look here at TransGuide, though. Meantime, this is I-10 at Roland. It was shut down, had been since about 3 o'clock this afternoon. But in just the last few minutes, the highway opened back up. It was shut down because of that shooting investigation along I-10. And it was right off of this scene where the police chief told us he was frustrated about the fact that the suspect in this case was out of jail despite being wanted for those violent offenses. And he said he knew the kind of cases that his officers were putting forward and the evidence that those contained. So we're going to keep following this story, but for now, I-10 is back open in both directions after this shooting investigation. We'll be right back.
A sunny and dry stretch. 102 tomorrow, 101 Friday, Saturday, triple digits even, 100 Sunday, and even into Labor Day. Right now, no signs of a major pattern shift, but you know, it's almost September. That time will come.
Not soon enough. Thanks for watching the news at 6.
See you for the Night Beat at 10.